everybody? Thank you for watching the video. As you see, this is my deadlift training from April 8th of 2018. Currently 3 weeks out from the USPA IPL Philadelphia Fitness Expo competition. So starting off, pretty much still in the recovery phase. Well, on the end of the recovery phase to fully being recovered from my short flu that I had for about approximately 4 days. And definitely looked at to this training to really get back on the swing of things, back into the flow, especially when it's 3 weeks away. And how crucial these last few days of training will be all the way up to the competition. So today's plan was for 597 actually for 2 doubles and a set of 5. But actually, based off of my last warm up, the weight moved decently well, so I actually decided to change it with a slight variable of just making it 600 pounds. I mean, to some people, 3 pounds may not make a drastic difference, but for me, it definitely does. And, it's definitely feeling on the more better side performance-wise today, so I figured, you know what, let me slightly change the intensity and see how it would play out and affect me. So the first 2 sets definitely moved well. That third set for the set of 5, same thing moved well. So definitely just really back on track and where I need to be at in regards to the numbers I need to hit to be successfully prepared for this competition coming up. And biggest thing was just getting back on track and just getting back on that grind. And I definitely feel like after this performance, it's definitely something I want to keep continuously repeating all the way up to this competition, because I'm only 20 days away and I feel like every single day definitely counts. It's very crucial at this point. So definitely want to be on par with everything, and definitely, if anything, if you want to definitely have a solid performance, you want to be on your hitting your marks or just ahead of the game. And I would say definitely right now I'm definitely on the right path and the right pace I need to be on. So, and I actually have about two training deadlift workouts left until the competition. So pretty much the next workout will be ending this meet prep / training cycle, and the very last training session will be a pretty much a pretty light day, just getting the body ready for the day of the competition for that week. So just things are going well, and I think one thing that I've noticed this particular week is it's something I definitely want to speak on, in regards to just negativity, in regards to yourself or with other people towards you. The one thing I always say to people is, if somebody's ever saying something in any way, shape, or form negative about you, okay, if it's something that's not really valid, it's something that's not really true, and they're just speaking out of misinformation and miscommunication, and it just seems like it's something that's intent, I feel like those kind of people are speaking in negative terms towards you because they are actually feeling a sense of insecurity about themselves. They feel like they don't have any self-validation, so therefore they'll say something that in regards to they feel to themselves personally and try to reflect it on you to pretty much make you feel the same emotions that they're feeling at that given time. And you can't feed into negativity. The one thing I always say is definitely, positivity definitely spreads, but negativity, unfortunately, is something that it spreads as well. And I feel like majority of people in this world are automatically stem from or make it a primary reference to just being negative. And, I feel like that's what hurts this world today, and just the world we live in. It's just people make their primary purpose fueled by initially just negativity, and you don't want to feed into that. And I feel like the best way to retract or to combat that negativity is to not even give it back. Don't feed into it. Use it as fuel for motivation to make yourself work even harder. Because I think that, good or bad, I think if somebody has something to say about you, you're doing something right. Somebody has something to say about you in a good way, you're doing something right. And I also believe if somebody has something to say bad about you in a bad way, you're doing something right either way. You're clearly, if the person is taking the time of the day to go out of their way and say something about you, clearly you're doing something that's affecting them, and I believe it's because you're doing something right. And just use that as fuel and just motivation and energy. Just keep working hard. Use that to reflect on yourself. You know, the one thing I always say is just channel your emotions and channel that energy and that fuel into what you're doing, what your purpose is to help you get one step closer to where you want to be at. Because not simultaneously, you're going to get yourself a step ahead, and you're going to relieve that stress and that negative energy from you that you were holding in, or that somebody tried to give you, um, in a better way. Turn that negative into a positive, if you will. Um, and I just think that it's something that I've always used, and it's always benefited me, and it's helped me just get one step ahead. Because it's people are always going to talk, and people are always going to say things that are not really necessary, not really professional, not really nice. And the best thing you can do is speak through your actions and not even your words. Meaning that speak through your actions and get yourself even more ahead. Get yourself even more step ahead of the game. Get yourself one step closer to your goal. Because at the end of the day, it's going to benefit you, right? Because at the end of the day, people are always going to talk, regardless if it's something good or bad, no matter what it is. But the only thing that you can control is what you do about it, and what you do in your everyday life to get you where you want to be at. So that's just something I just want to throw out there. And, I think at the end of the day, kill people with kindness at the end of the day as well. Um, because you're being the bigger person in a situation, you're being a better person in a situation, and you know for a fact that you can walk your way with your head held high, not feeding into that negativity and not reciprocating it back and putting yourself to that level. And unfortunately, that's a lot harder for people, majority of people to do today, is to not even give into that fuel of negative energy. If anything, take that energy and use it towards something positive, towards you, to make yourself that much better. So, I'm 20 days away. I'm 3 weeks out. And like I said, every workout, every set, every rep is very crucial to me at this point. This competition means so much to me. And I just want to be dialed in and focused in. I don't want any hiccups, any distractions, and I will let nothing get in the way of what I want. And I will be the utmost determined towards my goal, and I want to achieve it. And again, it all starts from believing in myself and believing in my abilities and believing I can achieve anything I set my mind to. And that's what's always helped me prevail. And, for me, being sick was very, very tough, because that's taking time away for me to get better, time for me to get away, to get, ahead in where I want to be at. And I mean, I'm personally not a fan of getting sick. I think it's something I really, really do not like. I really hate, because again, that's taking time away from me progressing and just doing better. And I was just so hungry and determined and ready to get back into the gym and just get right back on track and on my grind to get to where I want to be at. That it's funny, because it's almost like it's actually almost a good thing in a way, because the thing is that it gave me that reminder and that refuel of energy and that motivation that I need for the rest of this training after this competition. So, maybe it was something that was meant to help me. Maybe things that you may see in one perspective or one light, you think may be bad, but actually it may turn out to benefit you in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like, based off of current events and things that are happening, I feel like that's probably what that was meant to happen for. And I just want to roll with it and just be consistent. And I'm more hungry and more determined and just wanting to execute. And again, just knock down all those mini goals in order to get to that big goal and accomplish that big achievement that I'm shooting for and I'm striving for. And that's to do my absolute best at this competition and ultimately to beat myself. I feel like every time I beat myself, I get myself into another level, another form, uh, another step ahead. And that's what I always strive for. And I believe that if you can ultimately beat yourself, there's absolutely no reason why there's anything around you that you couldn't achieve, because it all starts with you. So just wanted to put that out there. Don't feed into bad negativity. Turn it into something positive. Use it as fuel for yourself to help you get one step ahead. Always stay determined. Always stay hungry. And keep pushing yourself no matter what. As always, I really appreciate the support. 3 weeks left. 2 deadlift workouts to go. Next one ends the training cycle. Then a deload. And then game day. So game time. Just dialed in and focused. And aiming to beat myself. Always appreciate support. Always be positive. Always help each other. And most importantly, believe in yourself. Thank you guys for watching the video. And take care.